What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? My name is What's Going On, ladies and gents. Welcome back to a brand new Spider-Man Far From Home Customs video for LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. I want to thank you guys so very much for the support on the Peter Parker and MJ video. You guys absolutely crushed that like goal, so let's set a better one, a higher one for this video here. So of course we got the Peter Parker completion. We had the Hydro Man is who we're going to be building today, by the way. We had MJ completed as well, which was awesome. And of course, last but certainly not least, we also had the Spidey Parker completed, which I think was a pretty cool take as well. But regardless, of course, what is the goal for today? Well, let's set it at 750 likes. Hopefully we can reach that goal, guys. And thank you so very much to those of you that do support the channel in such a way. I really do appreciate that a ton. But with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go on ahead and get to work on the next custom, which will be Hydro Man. No, that's not what Hydro Man looks like. That is a randomized character token right there. So if we press that, that's not what Hydro Man looks like either. So we're going to get to work here on Hydro Man in just 1 second. Luckily, there was an official LEGO release for Hydro Man. Now, the thing is, though, it was a little bit controversial because some people actually did not like that design, including myself. I kind of thought that it would have been cool if, just like they did with the Molten Elemental, if they went ahead and made Hydro Man his own kind of like brick built design as well, which they didn't, unfortunately. It was just like partially brick built. So unfortunately, we're going to have to stick to a minifigure design as well because there is no way for me to like build a brick built design Hydro Man right now. But who knows? Maybe I'll do that IRL. That could be kind of a fun challenge. So, let's get started here. We're going to set his health to blue because, of course, he's Hydro Man after all. We'll make him fast, but not super fast because I think that's the most applicable here. Definitely going to go with the blue targeter because, after all, he is Hydro Man. Now, for passive abilities, I'm not even sure what would be applicable here, honestly. I guess deflect, maybe, using, like, the water. He could possibly maybe deflect, maybe vine cutting. I don't think super strength would be all that applicable here. We could give him maybe tracking and portal creation, but just for the sake of using, I guess, water to like teleport around. So I think those will be applicable. Now, here comes the much more important element. So first and foremost, we're just going to make him be able to fight because I think that's a key element here. Next, we're going to go on ahead and set this to be an ice beam because there is no water beam, oddly enough, which I don't necessarily know why that is. I think that will look most like water. I'm trying to figure out which color. Actually, for some reason, the brighter blues look much nicer, to be quite honest. I think that one looks a bit more like electricity. I think this one looks the best. Okay, so we're going to go with the both hand, so you can create like a giant splash of water. Then we will give him the top ability, which will be bolts, so that he can go on ahead and fire away like water bolts as well. I think, well, actually, the sound effect on that one is not ideal. I think that one sounds a little bit... Okay, that one actually looks the best. So I think that will be good. Sweet. Now, for hold, I guess we could do a couple of things here. I wonder, can you change the color of this? Oh, you can. Because then we could do like a water blast, as long as there's one that looks more like water, because this one just does not look, that looks more like ice. That could be water-esque. That's definitely not going to work. I think that one actually would be kind of cool, you know what? Let's see if the darker blue works better, though. There we go. So it's like he just, I guess, burps a bunch of water at, Spider-Man. Okay, so that is sufficiently gross. I don't know, do we give him the ability to fly? Because I feel like he does not fly, but he can kind of fly because of the water. Like where he kind of like propulses himself with water. So I feel like it could be kind of justified, but you guys will let me know, of course. All right, so let's get to working on the actual build, shall we? Okie dokie. So I guess the first thing we need to do is remove that attachment, because that is just completely inaccurate. Then, as far as the look of the character, I don't even know where we start. I guess let's start with the hands, because I think that should be a simple enough spot. So again, we need to settle on the color, which shade of blue we're going to use. Because this one is definitely, like, quite accurate looking, but I feel like we should probably maybe use different shades of blue. So we'll mix it up. We'll see. Because the actual release did do that as well. Like the arms and the legs were darker blue and the torso was darker blue. But then the head and the hands were lighter blue. So we're going to try to emulate that to at least a certain extent as well. The other thing I'm thinking, would it be kind of cool if we... Is there anything that... there isn't. I was hoping there was some item that we could put on him, like even something like this, but colored in blue. Because it would almost look like there's just like a wave of water all around him at all times. Because I think that would have been kind of neat looking. We could obviously go with something like this, because that would almost be like funny as far as like... well, that's how he breathes underwater. But he should be able to breathe underwater regardless. He's Spider-Man. He's made of water. So, I guess that won't be applicable. All right, let's adjust the hips next. So again, for this, we could go with just the blue. Or you know what, actually, let's scroll up. So I guess, first of all, let's run through the most likely option, which would be just to recolor that blue, and that would be that. But I do want to just quickly scroll through and see if there's anything where it's just dark blue, but maybe it would be applicable to... this design. Kind of maybe something that looks more like waves. I mean, that's not bad, honestly. It gives us a little bit of like detail, at least on the design. I don't know if we'd be able to match the hips to that color, but we could look to see if there's anything like that, because it almost looks like waves of water, like the rippling of water going up and down. So I know it wouldn't be that neat, but you know, it's just because I feel for some reason it's always better to have some details than no details at all. It just looks a little bit better on the characters. So I don't know if there's anything that matches. Of course there's not, unless if maybe one of these, maybe this one here. Yeah, that's not gonna match. Okay, well that's frustrating because there's basically nothing that's gonna match there. Let's see, maybe there's something in these like hip pieces. Maybe there's one that's like light blue. That's light blue, but not quite light enough. Oh, we could go with that, actually. You know what? That actually does look pretty nice. And again, it gives us different shades of blue, which I think will look good. Now, we're going to do the same thing on the arms. Again, we could obviously go with one shade, like I said before, which would be most likely that one. To match it, sort of. Although I kind of like... Well, I don't know. This almost makes him start to look like Iceman. It's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. So that's definitely an option, but let's also scroll through and see if there's maybe something a little bit better that is available. So again, we're looking for something blue, but ideally with some details. I guess in theory we could go even with something like this, where it's just a mix of blue and white, but not ideal. No, that looks way too complicated of a design. That does not look terrible, honestly, but it's not all that great either. Like this in blue would have been great if we could have recolored that to be blue. But of course we don't have that option, so we just have to kind of sort of move along. I feel like that actually does look kind of cool because it gives it like a break in the elbow area. Almost like maybe that's like water fizzling or something, right? So... let's try that. Why not? We're trying to make our own rendition, marrying it with the designs that have come out already. So, obviously trying to strike kind of a balance between the different looks. So that's not going to work. Could use this, sort of. It's not terrible, but also not great. So again, we're looking for something ideally blue. Any shade of blue would work, especially because we're kind of mixing and matching different shades of blue at this point anyways. So it wouldn't be that big of a concern as to like which one we would use. But ideally we want kind of like maybe 2 shades of blue in one design. That would be great. That's not gonna work, but that would be kind of funny. Okay, some tells me we might just have to go with like a plain design because I'm getting worried. We're getting close to the conclusion of these designs and there's not very many others left to pick from. I guess we could do something like that. But I feel like that's so obviously Captain America inspired that it just does not look all that great. That actually does look pretty cool. I like that. That's definitely the best we've seen so far. Ooh. If it just didn't have that giant gold belt buckle, it would have worked, honestly. This one would have worked really nice. This also repainted blue would have been cool. If the black parts could be blue, that would be really cool. But we're just going to keep scrolling for now, see if there's... Oh, okay, well, I guess that's that. Again, so we could go with just a plain design like this, but I feel like, again, it's... When you choose something like that, it just looks so incomplete. And because there's no overlap pieces that would be able to use, I just don't think it would look all that great. So I think that this is the much, much better look so far. And then for the headpiece, which luckily you can color swap a bunch. I'm almost thinking maybe to go with that. It does make him look like Squidward, like straight up. I feel like now we could do a good design on Squidward. Would you guys want to see a custom on Squidward? I think that would be funny, actually. So, let's see. Let's keep scrolling. We're going to look around, obviously. Not going to settle on just one of these designs right off the bat. But the design that they did had basically, or like Lego did, had basically like a plain eye, kind of like lightish blue, white eyes sort of look. So, we're almost like this, honestly. That's kind of what Lego did, was this sort of face. I don't know why, though. It feels like we don't have the right shade. Like, I feel like this one is too dark. Possibly. Maybe that works a little bit better. Right? I'm almost thinking, do we change the torso, the leg pieces? I don't know. It's like, it looks cool, but it also kind of doesn't look like he's wearing, like, proper pants instead of being made out of water. So it's a little bit worrisome. What if we went with that? And then the hips, we just recolor again. Which I hope they even have that color. Because I remember some colors they don't have. They do. Yeah, I think that does look way nicer, actually. Dang. That actually looks really good now. It's so weird how changing one tiny detail can really, really change the design that much. But we're not done yet. We're going to take a look at the actual character design out and about. So let's transform and teleport to the Egypt part of the map, the fast travel point here, and take a look at our Hydro Man. So first of all, I have to say, I think he does look really cool. I think the fact, if we could have added like a water effect also, or like a shining effect in general to him, like you can in Lego DC, that would have been amazing, because we would have been able to actually add like water effects to him. In fact, maybe I could just redesign him in Lego DC Supervillains, because I think we could probably do a pretty good job with that one. He does have the ability to fight, but he also does have the water blast, which kind of acts more like a freeze blast, because unfortunately there is no water abilities in the game. There's only freezing abilities. But overall, I am definitely very, very, very happy with the Hydro Man design that we have put together. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for some more customs coming to the channel very, very, very shortly. And in addition to that, I, of course, do want to thank you guys simply for tuning in to today's video. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll hopefully see you guys here next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.